Hi, I'm Carl, and in this video we're going to have a look at questions 6 to 8 of section 3 of the orange booklet. So this is a question about the dissociation of acids and their relative strengths. We're given some information here, and the example I've given is acetic acid. I've drawn out the dissociation of it here. We're also told about electron withdrawing groups and electron donating groups, which I'll come back to a little bit later on. So question 6 says, based on the pKa values given below, which of the following species is the strongest base? So as a rule of thumb for this, we've got our undissociated version here and a dissociated version here. The more acidic this is, then the less basic the dissociated version will be. Because acids and bases are essentially the opposite of each other, the way I think of it is, if this is more acidic, then this will be less basic. So if this is less acidic, then this will be more basic. So we're going to have a look at the least acidic example that's given here, and that will translate to giving us the strongest base. And the least acidic one here is going to have the highest pKa, and in this case it's going to be acetic acid, so that gives us the dissociated form D. So the answer for this one is going to be D. 7 says, in which of the following pairs is acid strength correctly predicted? So this is where I want to come back to electron withdrawing groups and electron donating groups. We're told about how electron withdrawing groups, which we'll just call EWGs, they stabilize the carboxylate group, and we're told that the more stable it is, this is going to be associated with an increased acidity. Conversely then, we're told that an electron donating group is going to destabilize. And that means we're going to have a decrease in the acidity. So we're given a number of pairs here. So let's have a look and see what sort of groups are present and how does that affect their stability. So we've got option A here, which looks at acetic acid and then with an extracetyl group. But the way you can look at it is that on the left hand side we've got a carboxyl group. On the right hand side we're given a hydroxyl group. This is going to be more acidic than the hydroxyl group, and so this isn't going to be correct, given that the carboxyl groups are always going to be more acidic than an alcohol, so meaning it's not going to be A. If we look at B, then we're given two groups, and I'm just going to draw them in like this. This is the difference between the two. We've got one fluorine, and we're told that that would be less acidic than two fluorines. So what effect would a fluoride group have on this stability that we're talking about? So we're told that an electron withdrawing group makes something more acidic. An electron withdrawing group is another thing, another way of saying that something is electronegative. So an electronegative atom is something that draws electrons towards itself. Another way of describing that would be an electron withdrawing group. And so we should already know that halogens such as fluorine are quite electronegative. In fact, fluorine is the most electronegative halogen. And so having one of them means there's going to be a degree of stabilization with that, meaning that it's going to be a strong acid. But having two of them means you're going to have an even stronger effect here. We're going to have twice the electronegative electron withdrawing effect here, meaning there's going to be more stabilization, and this is going to be even more acidic. And so the order in which they're paired here is correct. So the answer for this one is going to be B. If you look at the others, you can see that in C, the difference between those two groups is going to be an alkyl group. Carbon is less electronegative than oxygen, and so you'd get sort of destabilization as opposed to an increase in acidity. And then if we look at D, we're told that the structure is a little bit different. Again, there's going to be the introduction of this alkyl group, and the iodine is going to be in a different location, so it's not going to have as much of an effect. Again, this all plays into destabilization and a decrease in acidity. So the answer for this one is definitely going to be B. And finally, we've got question 8, which talks about the s character of the hybrid orbitals of the carbon. So we're told straight away that going from sp3 to sp2 to sp means increasing electronegativity. And again, this is just the same as the electron withdrawing group. The more electronegative it is, the more of an electron withdrawing effect it has. Another way you could say this, then this increases stability and also increases acidity. So we're given these 3 structures and we're told essentially to work out the correct order of acidity for these compounds. So the question here is, how do you tell what the S character is from the structures here? And you can actually do it just by counting the number of bonds or the number of different atoms that each carbon is attached to. So if we look at structure 1, each carbon has 4 different groups attached to it, meaning that it has sp3. So if it has 4 carbons, it's going to be, 4 different atoms attached. So I'll just say 4x for 4 different bonds to 4 different things. That's going to mean sp3. Similarly, here we've got 3 attached to each carbon. It's bonding to 3 different things, meaning that it's going to be sp2. And that leaves us with this one, which has 2 carbon atoms each are bonded to 2 other atoms, meaning that if they're going to have 2 different atoms attached to them, they're going to be sp. So we're given this range here, which we're told has increasing electronegativity. And we've already talked about how that means increasing acidity too. So the correct order here, the most acidic is going to be structure 3, and then of course structure 2, and then of course structure 1. So that gives us an answer of D for question 8. So those were some questions 6 to 8 of section 3 of the Orange booklet. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching.